Hello there, and today we will be making scratch spaghetti sauce. We have all our ingredients, our diced tomatoes, ground beef, our sauce, our tomato sauce. We have a can of tomato soup for extra thickness, our onion, our mushrooms, and our seasoning. We will start by cutting up our onion. No specific way. I'm just going to slice them and then cut them in half. Next, we're going to slice up our mushrooms. I bought a can of mushrooms that I already sliced up, so I don't have to go through that process. Now we're going to ground up our beef. You can leave it in big chunks. You can turn it into meatballs if you want to, but we're just going to do ground beef. So now that our ground beef is all browned up and stuff, you don't want to drain it. All the juices in there. You want to keep those juices. There's a good bit. That's your flavoring, your meat flavoring, and your butter flavoring, or whatever, grease flavoring. So now we're going to add all our ingredients. We're going to start with our diced tomatoes, big can of diced tomatoes. Then a regular can of tomato sauce. Next, we're going to add our tomato soup. Tomato soup has a really good thick paste to it, so it's good for helping out with making your sauce a nice thick sauce. If you can get it out of the can. Now we're going to add our ground beef and the grease juices into it. Next, we're going to throw in our onions. And then we're going to throw in our mushrooms. And I'm going to throw in some leftover sauteed mushrooms and onions. Now make sure that you stir all your ingredients in before you put your seasoning in. That way you don't end up with seasoning stuck to an onion or something and having too much seasoning in one area and not enough in another bite. Next, we're going to put in our garlic salt, 3 to 4 tablespoons, depending on your desire of garlic. Then our Italian seasoning, about 4 tablespoons of that. Next, we're going to put 1 regular can of water. Then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of pepper. And 2 tablespoons of sugar. Then you want to mix it all together. Make sure all of it's nice and mixed up and all your seasonings are nice and stirred into everything. Give it a smell test, give it a taste test. Test it out, make sure that it's to your liking. You may need to add more seasoning because it might be a little weak to your flavoring. Then you want to let it boil for 3 to 4 hours, stirring constantly. Make sure you don't want it to burn or thicken up too much at the bottom of the pot. And that's it, everybody. The sauce is done.